What's going on, Miami? Welcome to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast, where we go live and say what's up to the people. Tiffy, G Reds, Tan Bennis, Mom of a Pig from Hell, G Reds, Rob, yo, Francis. All right, Ben Jackson. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Miami Comedy Podcast going live once again. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you all. Welcome, Miami, to another episode. How are you? How's your Tuesday going? Before we get started, I'd like to let you know that tonight's comedy show is going to be over at Dom's in Brickell at 9 o'clock. Comedian JJ will be hosting a show where you can drink and dine. They got a large cocktail bar. They got some of the best Italian food in the area. All right, so let's get started. Tonight, we're going to be talking about this brand new area code that just was announced in the city of Miami, and that area code is 645. They couldn't even make it close to any. If it was 304 or 306. Oh, wait a second. Before we even get started, Mom of a Pig, shout out. Thank you for getting a badge. That is one hell of a name. Mom of a Pig from Hell. Thank you. I appreciate it. Financial freedom. One badge at a time. Thank you. Thank you, Mother. So area code 645 was just announced as the brand new number that will be given most likely to the new people that have been moving into Miami. Now, in case you guys don't know, Miami is getting a whole, why wouldn't you know this? Have you been seeing how worse the traffic's been getting? Remember when the COVID started and how clean and clear the streets were? And then we got our freedom. The curfew started coming out. And then we started being more and more capable of going out while every place is locked down. Everybody started coming here. All right, you don't see it? People, you try to talk to people in Spanish and they give you a look. I was doing a comedy show at the Red Bar last night. One of our comedians went up on stage, said a couple of jokes in Spanish. Only half the room laughed. Half. That's unheard of in Miami. As a matter of fact, we prefer our comedy to be in Spanish for the sake of honoring our elders here in the city. So in case you guys don't know, which you should know if you're a real local, Miami is going through some major changes. And apart from the area code, it's all the neighbors that we're going to be having from other cities. I've met people from Louisiana coming out to our shows, not visiting, living here. New York, the number one culprit. Remember back in the 90s when New York had beef with Miami, when the Knicks and the Heat would go head-to-head in the playoffs for like 4 or 5 years in a row? That beef is still going on. Look at you now, New York. You're stomping in our grounds with your Timberlands on, all right? You're stepping on our toes because we're wearing flip-flops because of the weather that I'm sure is the reason why you moved here in the first place. Apart from the freedom, apart from the parties, okay? New York is the number one culprit. Now, I'm from New York. But I'm going to side with Miami on this one. I came here when I was young, all right? I came here in the late 80s, all right? I was like 4 or 5 years old. Came here in the late 80s, so I was just at the tail end of Cocaine Cowboys, I think, all right? I was part of the history as a child where I was safe, okay? I'm glad I wasn't my age in the 80s. God knows what I would be capable of doing with my sense of humor and my mustache walking around the 80s when the cocaine boom was happening. It kind of still is happening in Miami, but it's more hush-hush now because we've gotten smarter. You know what I mean? But Miami now is going through changes, and we can't stop it. All the locals don't want these new people to come in. But you can't change that, Miami. Changes. Well, hey, that's the way it is. Tupac said it best. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Miami, get ready for big changes happening fast. What's going to happen? Are we going to get better as a city? Will there be a civil war in Miami from the locals to the new locals? It's all brotherly love. Let's bring it in together and just accept the changes that are coming. We're finally going to have more dining involved with ethnic cultures, okay? You're going to have Cuban food, And then right down the street, you're going to have a New York-style deli. That's when you know the changes are coming. When you see a New York-style deli opening in the neighborhood, that's when everybody knows the changes are here to stay. Pastrami sandwich or medianoche? That's what the blogs will say. Where to go out to get either a pastrami sandwich or a croqueta preparada. What? Miami will lose their mind. How dare you blog about these things in our land? You know what? Miami will win the sandwich war with the new people coming in making these things. You know why? Because there's no way you can beat a pan con lechon for $3.25, and then these New York delis are coming in with their Reubens, all right, at $17. There's no way, all right? Financially, economically speaking, Miami is going to win this cultural war of all the new expats coming into our city because our Cuban prices cannot be beat. You get way better Starbucks came into our land and wasn't able to take out the colada because you got a $7 coffee drink versus a $1.50 stronger caffeinated drink. You can't beat it, all right? Cuban culture will live on because of these prices. You can't stop it. Let's go to the chat. Bro, you drinking tea? You should have a colada instead. I got to drink tea. You know why? Here's why. Sometimes to get the energy going, I use a lot of my voice and vocal power. Okay, so sometimes I'm drinking throat coat. Now, as sexual as that may sound, it's an actual tea with licorice that allows your throat to be a little more lubricated. You just can't avoid the sexual innuendos here. It makes your voice a little more lubricated while you're yelling or using it, or you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want a sore throat. I get a sore throat when I sing karaoke. All right, and you know, if you guys didn't see last night's episode, I was yelling. I was in my feelings. I was screaming at the people on the chat. 8 people got banned. 8 people got blocked from last night's show. So I'm like, you know what? I got to get myself some tea and get ready. Because a lot of people were on the chat. It was almost like a whole squad of people. It was like, hey, tonight we're bombarding the podcast. And everybody was just on the chat. So I'm like, I'm going to get some tea to get ready to yell. All right, let's go. Milena, welcome back. Ralph, what's up? Super Bowl, yes and no. Civil War. All right, Mom of a Pig from Hell. I want to let you know that there's a little bit of a lag between your responses and what I'm saying. So just condense it all into one and then put it in as a paragraph. All right? Put your commentaries in as a paragraph, because if you start just going one by one, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be talking about something completely different, and you're going to be talking about something from the intro of the show. Big Jish, what's up? Welcome to the chat. One Bel Air. All right, so if you got the brand new area code in Miami, I'm not mad at the fact that you're moving here. A lot of the locals are, but I'm not. I'm just going to roast you, okay? You're going to come in here. You're going to bring your business. You're going to bring your culture. You're going to bring your art, and quite frankly, I think we need it. The only thing is the locals are going to give you a lot of fight before any changes happen, okay? If you're from Portland, Oregon, and you're coming in here with your mustache, a little bit of an irony here, but if you're coming in here with your mustache, all right, with the little curls in the end, and you start an indie band, and you start playing at our local coffee shops, all right, Miami's going to give you a little bit of flack for that, okay? You're going to be getting promoted, right, but we're going to be roasting you as you're getting promoted, because that's unheard of. Why are you wearing a red beanie in the middle of spring? Just because you're accustomed to wearing that back in Denver doesn't mean that it's acceptable here in the city of Miami. All right, New York, you're coming in here with your Timberlands on. Why? It's hot. Now, of course, this is irony because I got a mustache and I own 2 pairs of Timberland boots, one in black and one in light brown. So I'm just being facetious here, okay? Mateo 305 says, we got to let 1 million Venezuelans, Dominicans, and Ukrainians to balance it out. I don't think there's enough people in the world to balance out the culture that we've established here in Miami. It's too strong. As long as there's, no matter what kind of culture, no matter what kind of city you're coming from, when you come into Miami, go ahead and bring your art, bring your food, bring your ethnicity. There's no way you're going to be able to flatten out the culture that we've established over the years. As long as one abuelita is still in this city, we will be serving cafecito in all the crevices of Miami. All right? Whether you're in a gas station, whether you're in a shoe polishing store, whether you're, establishing some sort of taller, there's going to be a little old lady from Cuba serving you cafecito for $1.50 max. All right? Maximum. Inflation can kick in. Cafecito will not go past the $1.50 mark. And if they do, they must have a big following. There's no way. There's no way. For the little one, I've never paid more than $1.50. Anyone else doing that is not authentic. It's not coming from the heart of an abuela. Okay? Abuelitas will be inside of the AC units. All right? You bring in a handyman to fix something in the AC unit. There's going to be a little old lady selling cafecito in there too. Hey, if you're setting up shop, you could be walking in a dark alley in the middle of the night, worried for your life. Oh my God, I hope I can make it to my car safely. And the next thing you know, you're just smelling, is that cafecito? And bam, a little window in the corner. No se preocupe, mijito, yo estoy aquí. Quiero un cafecito. Oh, man. Wawa came to Miami thinking they're going to be serving $12 coffees? Just because you put a little bit of whipped cream on top, you think that's going to stop us? It ain't going to stop us. Okay? Coming in here with your SoundCloud musicians, Power 96 and 99 Jams. If they were in another city, they would have ended years ago. Okay? But not in this city. In this city, we listen to our radio stations with the same 40 songs on loop. And we add 411 paint on top of that. You're not going to stop that, no matter where you're coming from. Okay? 99 Jams, Power 96, dial 411 paint jingles. It ain't stopping. And when Christmas comes around, you're going to be listening to El Burrito Sabanero on repeat. Okay? And don't you dare ask anyone, what does that song mean? You will get jumped. You guys got to be very careful, man. I'm for it. I want you guys to come. Miami needs a new identity, whether they like it or not. Miami is old school. We're ready to go into the future, but we're still old school, right? We're still traditionally in the box of who we are, right? When crypto's coming out, when we're going into space after COVID, the economy is going through what it's going through. You know, the world is going through what it's going through. Miami is still in the box. You coming into our city is going to get us outside of the box, but don't think you're going to change a thing. We're going to be in the box while you're in your box. All right? It's been like that for years. That's why Miami is so divided. All right, we got the rich people here. We got the Cubans there. We got Lil Haiti there. All right, we're completely divided. So you stay in your lane, we're going to stay in our lane, and then we're just going to thrive together. You can't stop it. All right? You can't stop it. Only 3 nightclubs run this city. The top 1% of nightclubs goes to like 3 of them. Live, Club 11, and I don't know what else, but I know those 2. What is it, Story? Story, right? Story is a legit nightclub. J-Rock, we don't stop. Let's see, did I win? Yeah, you win. For how many chats a second can go on Instagram. I didn't know that many. I thought you were going to like block off. I thought Instagram would be like, you are posting too much in too little time. Please try again in 10 minutes. Miami is the epitome of hospitality, but respect the culture. We are a whole vibe. Space. Oh, that's right. G-Reds and M back to back. Space. That'll take the 3rd. Hey, you know what? That 3rd slot gets shifted every once in a while. You know, Space is on top. Well, no, you know what? Space does win by default because I've never been to a nightclub that is still going on. I've never been to a nightclub that gets more lit when the sun is up. What the hell? How is that even possible? How did Miami has so much litness that the party starts when the sun goes up. You can't beat that. Ibiza, you can't beat that. Okay? We've got a nightclub here that only gets started when the break of dawn happens. Oh, man, respect the culture, absolutely. So for all the people coming in, you will be marked forever in our city. And that's kind of like our way to mark you as well. That's kind of like our way of knowing who's the insider and who's the newbie. All right, and you can't stop it. There's so many people in Miami. All the 305s and 786s are done. All right? I advise you, for all those that are listening that are brand new, I advise you, go for the 954 instead of the 645. All right? Ask, and if they offer you a 645, leave them a bad review for customer service because that phone company is not looking out for you. Okay? They are marking you, and you should be worried. And you should be appalled if a phone company tries to give you that new area code because you will be roasted. You will be unable to get into any sort of friend circle. All right? All right? Imagine somebody starting a WhatsApp group and then, hey, what's your number? I'm going to add you to this group of friends here in Miami. Oh, yeah, sure. My number is 645. All right, you know what? Never mind. If your phone company leaves you a 645 number, say no, switch phone companies, and give them a bad review. Just go on Google reviews and be like, this phone company tried to give me the 645 number and put my life in danger so I cannot have friends and I cannot make any good networking groups. Don't do this. Don't do this to us. Get a 954 number because that way you have an excuse. Okay? Yeah, I used to live up in Hollywood. And then I came down to Miami years ago because the 954 number, you can hide the fact that you're not brand new. All right? 954 is only 30 minutes away. It's better than hours away on an airplane. 954 is 30 minutes away on a car ride, maybe an hour. Okay? But it's way better than 5 hours on a plane because that's what that number means. 645, you're an outsider. Where you from, bro? You're going to lose all respect. No one's going to take you seriously. Your authority is gone as soon as you got the 645. Yo, don't listen to that guy, man. He's got a 645 number. What? You can't win debates? Can you imagine going into our political offices and dropping off a letter or trying to speak your mind? It'd be like, look, man, I would take what you're saying into account, but your number starts with 645. You're done here. All right? That's it. That's it. There's no way. There's no way a 645 number will be taken seriously for at least 10 years. And shout out to 786ers. You guys are finally in the club. You got in through your reputation over the years. When the 305s were running out, 786 picked up the ball. We were roasting 786. All right, back in the early 2000s, when 786 came out, we were looking at you guys like you were what? Like you're secondary. Can somebody please get this guy? Can you get the 786er out? Get him out. He's bothering me. I don't want this guy. Don't tell people your number starts with 645 for at least 10 years. Okay? Get a burner number. So what happens with all the New Yorkers moving in with New York City numbers? Oh, you're gonna keep your New York number? That's even worse. You know what? When you show up to Miami and you keep your New York number, you are pretty much letting everybody know that you are ruining our economic sanctions. I don't know. You are ruining our housing. You come in with your New York area code, you're going to be letting people know that you're the reason why their rent went up, all right? And that's on site. You tell somebody, yo, what up, man? I'm from New York. I'm the reason your rent went up. Ooh. Me and my boys, we jumping you, bro. Maybe you pay an extra $150 a month since you arrived here with your New York area code. They say if you get your number in the morning, it's 305, and in the afternoon, it's 786. A burner, they are hot. Yeah, all right, let's see. Yep. Oh, 645. Sorry, we can't give you the Florida resident discount for Disney. Oh, Rob coming in hot. You did it. Yo, Rob, shout out to Rob for the winning comment of today's episode of the podcast. If you got a 645 number, you are disqualified from getting a Florida residency discount at Disney. You did it, Rob. Great job, man. That was awesome. Oh, Jesus. Mom of a pig from hell. Taking over the chat here. Take it easy. Negrar, welcome. All right, all right, another one. If you're plug or drug dealer, if you find a plug or drug dealer and you say you've got a 645 number, your prices are gonna go up. Okay? So not only, you better come in with a lot of money to Miami, man. You better come in here and you better splurge. All right? I've been saying this before, we've been paying inflation prices for years. And now when you're coming in, you're going to be paying inflation prices plus a little extra on top. You tell your drug, yo, what up, man? You looking for something? Yeah, man, I'm looking to get, a bag of grass or something. All right, man. Yeah, cool, man. What's your number? Yeah, it's 645. I'm robbing this muff. Yeah, it's 50 a gram. Oh, no. Oh, no, never mind. You got Telegram? As a matter of fact, yeah, do Telegram. If you meet up with a plug, don't give him your number because you say 645, you're paying extra. Give him a Telegram. Give him something, do Instagram DMs. No, man, I'd rather negotiate on Instagram direct message. Why? You don't want to give me your number? You don't trust me? No, it's not that, man. It's just, give me your number. 645. Oh! It's $50 a gram. Damn. What part of Miami are you from? Oh, Barbie, I am from right on the outskirts of Doral. Like, I'm right on the fine line between Doral. All right, so yeah, make sure you guys don't let, and that's the end of the podcast. Make sure you guys don't let the people know that you've got a 645 number. If you do end up getting a 645 number, just know that your life is going to be a little different than others in the city of Miami, but that's okay. All right, again, I ask you guys to come visit us. All right, we need it. Miami needs a whole new identity, but you're just going to have to go through the hard times of making that a possibility. All right? Bring in your culture, bring in your food, bring in your arts. I'm all for it. Okay? That is it for the Miami Comedy Podcast, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. We do this every single day-ish at 6, sometimes 4 on Fridays, and 10:30 on Saturdays. Go to MiamiComedy.com/YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or go ahead and buy a shirt, MiamiComedy.com/shop. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody.